What impact will having two drivers fight for the championship race have on Mercedes as a Formula One team? Will the team be able to keep emotions in check and go all out to claim victory in Formula One once again? Or will Mercedes suffer from recruiting a new driver to be teammates with Lewis Hamilton? The Mercedes F1 team is one of the most coveted and respected teams. Drivers flock to try their luck with the team and win big alongside Lewis Hamilton. But here's the thing about being teammates with one of the best F1 drivers of all time. Sometimes you have no impact. And in 5 seasons, one driver never finished within 50 points of his teammate. What do fellow Formula One drivers think of Lewis Hamilton having George Russell as a co-driver after spending the last 5 years with Valtteri Bottas? Before we continue, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to get updates each time we post a new video. Mario Andretti is an Italian-born American former racing driver who is well known for having one of the most successful careers in the industry. The 82-year-old before retirement was an F1 world champion and that of the Indianapolis 500 and Daytona 500. Even after his retirement, Andretti has kept a keen interest in Formula One and gives his opinion on races and racers from time to time. In speaking on how each driver fared in 2021, he remarks that the most impressive of the drivers with the potential of becoming a champion is George Russell. He gave his reason for this remark as the level of skill displayed by Russell at Spa in handling Williams. However, Mario Andretti said things are about to get even more difficult for Russell now as some of his teammates like Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri are tough acts to follow. According to him, it is up to Russell to show what he can do and bring it to the Mercedes team. The 40-year-old is a Brazilian racing driver and 11 times Grand Prix winner. He competed in 15 seasons of Formula One between 2002 and 2017 and is one of the greatest drivers who did not become a champion, having lost to Hamilton by just 1 point and finishing as a championship runner-up in 2008. He drove for the Williams team alongside now Mercedes driver Valtteri Bottas, who left the Williams team in 2017 to join Mercedes. Giving his view on the clash between his former teammate Bottas and Russell last year, Massa described George as a super driver and said he was impressed by Russell's act of apologizing for his mistake after his race in Imola, Italy. Felipe Massa said that was a sign that Russell was growing up and deserves a chance which Mercedes has now given him. Massa considers Russell a special driver who has speed and can do a lot when given the right car. After Russell joined Mercedes, Massa remarked that even though Russell has a teammate that is not easy, he is a quiet driver who can prove a lot and already has in his first year with Mercedes, and said he has high hopes for Russell's success. He is a former British F1 driver from Scotland who started his career in 1994. The 50-year-old legend competed in 15 seasons of Formula One between 1994 to 2008, and like Massa, didn't win a championship before he retired, but he won 13 Grand Prix victories. After his retirement, he has remained active in the F1 scene as a commentator and analyst, and is currently sitting as the president of the British Racing Drivers Club. While commenting on Russell's promotion to Team Mercedes, Coulthard said he thinks George Russell is the real deal and has shown what he can do in the race car in Bahrain. David Coulthard said Russell's passion and drive were very evident in his race with Valtteri in Imola. Coulthard is, however, doubtful if Russell can live up to the challenge presented by 7-time champion Lewis Hamilton, who is a member of his team. He is of the opinion that Russell cannot beat Hamilton with speed, as the latter is one of, if not the fastest driver of the last decade. It is yet to be seen if Russell has the talent to beat Hamilton in the future. Mark Webber is a former Australian racing driver and one of Red Bull's best drivers. He competed in Formula One from 2002 to 2013 and was widely known for his competition with his then teammate Sebastian Vettel. The 45-year-old had a total of 9 Grand Prix wins during his Formula One career, and despite retiring from racing, he continues to be active in the F1 scene as a presenter on TV and mentor of aspiring drivers. After Russell's push to the limelight, Webber made some positive comments about him and said that Russell drives well and has potential. Webber, however, shared some concerns about the expectations that Russia will have to live up to as, according to him, it is easier to do well when you have little pressure. Still, Russell will have to put up with the expectation of qualifying for the front row every week and finishing every race in the top positions. With almost 50 races behind Russell, let's hope Russell is ready for the challenge. Jacques Villeneuve is a Canadian racing driver who won the Formula One championship in 1997 with Williams a year after the start of his career in Formula One. He ended his career in F1 in 2006, recording no other successes. These days, Villeneuve is an outspoken critic of the sport and is known for his controversial and blistering remark on the performances of other drivers. In one such remarks after the 2020 Sakir Grand Prix, Jacques commented that if there was an opening in Mercedes that day, it would have been Russell's. In criticizing Bottas' actions in that race, Villeneuve said Bottas should not have swerved, which caused an accident. That act of his showed how nervous Bottas already was in the second race of the season, seeing as he rushed to defend his position against Russell's Williams. Brother of 7 times Formula One world champion Michael Schumacher, Ralph has had a fulfilling career himself. The German-forcing racing driver claimed 6 Grand Prix wins while driving for Williams. As part of Schumacher's comments on the results of the last season, Ralph said that Russell would most definitely be in the Mercedes in the next season, as anything else will be incomprehensible, and he was right, as Russell is currently in the Mercedes. Ralph also said that Russell would definitely put more pressure on present stars like Lewis and described Russell's general performance as a great one. Now, what does Lewis Hamilton think of his new teammate? Mercedes has had a clear hierarchy for the past 5 seasons, with Lewis Hamilton at the top and Valtteri Bottas at the bottom. It will be interesting to watch how the new dynamic impacts Mercedes. However, Hamilton has stated that he is not scared to battle Russell after going head-to-head with Red Bull's Verstappen for the 2021 title. Lewis Hamilton is looking forward to engaging and collaborating with the new Mercedes driver George Russell for the 2022 Formula One season. Of course, he's had an incredible journey to Formula One, and he was already a member of our team, so I've seen him in engineering, in the simulator, and obviously at Williams, Hamilton said of Russell. While Hamilton, 37 years old, has 103 race victories and 7 championships to his credit, Russell, 24 years old, has only 1 podium in 60 races. Hamilton insists he will not underestimate the young driver's challenge. I understand his predicament up against a world champion, Hamilton added. I'm familiar with the pressure that comes with it, and the expectations and emotional sentiments that go along with it. I want him to study as much as he can and improve as much as he can, and I'm confident he'll be a formidable opponent. Well, it seems that there is a lot of attention on George Russell right now and lots of support for his rise in the F1 scene. If you'd like to get more updates on F1 and the races in this new season, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel, as well as ring that notification bell. Do you agree with the assessments of Russell's talent and skills so far? Let us know in the comments what you think about George Russell and your expectations for him in this season in the comments section down below.